One of the most common reasons why dogs bark a lot in their backyards is because of the vantage point of what they can see. So this is my front yard where the dogs can see everyone that walks past, other people, other animals, vehicles, the postman. And if my dogs weren't appropriately exposed to all those things, if they weren't taught from a young age that we like all those things, particularly a guarding breed like Rafa here would be very inclined to run up and rush and bark at the fence. So if my dog is rushing and barking at the fence, spending a lot of the day patrolling the property, there's a few things I can do to counteract that. The first one is I can spend time with my dog out here. And every time someone or one of those triggers goes past the property, I can say, "Good boy," and I can give the dog a treat. The other thing I can do is when I'm not home is I can make sure that the dog is actually locked up somewhere away from the bit of the stimulus. Now, a lot of us believe that our dogs need a lot of space to be happy. But if your dog's patrolling the fence all day, every day, thinking that bad guys are going to come in and rob the house, they'd be far better off in a smaller, confined space, such as a dog run, or perhaps you just give them access to a nice, comfy bit of the house. Now, the additional thing that we can do is make sure that our dogs are sufficiently fulfilled, that they have a lot of outlets, a lot of exercise, and they have a lot of fun activities to do before we go to work. Sometimes taking your dog for a run, playing a game of fetch, or just going for a short walk around the block will be enough to make your dog relax and not guard the property. Now, failing doing all of those things, there is one very obvious solution that a lot of people overlook, and that is blacking out our fence. So that's sometimes the first option that we should go to is just getting some shade sails, doubling them over, and covering up the fence so the dog can't see through the stimulus. Now, often just breaking up that routine of guarding the property for 3 or 4 weeks will be enough to enable you to retrain your dog to realize that that's no longer required. We don't have to do that. So, to recap, let's try and avoid this behavior from occurring, and let's try and teach our dog what we want them to do when things are going past.